Hello and welcome to Climbing Daily. We're here at the Blockhelden gym in Germany, but today's show is all about alpinists Luka Lindic and Ines Papert. Now they were climbing Shishapangma in China, or attempting to, when an avalanche stopped them in their tracks. I'll let them explain more.
Whoop. Nice.
Luka and Ines, lovely to see you guys again.
Nice to see you.
It feels like we catch up every couple of months. What have you been up to since I saw you last? Because you had an expedition to the Himalaya which didn't quite go to plan.
Yeah. Basically, we were climbing a lot in the mountains, trying to catch every single good conditions and weather window in Chamonix and Grand Charras, Piz-Padille. We're quite successful in what we are doing, and with that attitude, we more or less went to Shishapangma, hoping we would keep being successful, keep the momentum, and everything unfortunately turned out being totally different than expected.
So tell me about the mountain itself. Why did you want to climb that originally? What kind of inspired you about it?
It was mainly because, as Ines mentioned, that we kind of worked really well on the big faces on lower mountains, and we wanted to just test ourselves on a Himalayan giant. So the fact that Shishapangma is 8,000 meter peak was for sure another motivation, we can't pretend. But at the same time we were looking for a mountain where we would be not standing in line with many other people and having problems with the fixed lines, and so Shishapangma south face is for sure the place where you can still experience this
light and fast alpine style climbing, more or less.
Exactly, and feeling remote, being in base camp. We were alone all the time. We were alone, except our cook and his helper. There was no one else, so it was just what we wanted.
And then you needed to acclimatise. Tell me about your first acclimatization route, because you were trying to put a new route up as well on that, weren't you?
Yeah, since we are climbers, we like to climb and not just do boring hiking to get acclimatized. The base camp is really high. It's about 5,400 meters. And from there, it's not such a distance to, you see the peaks and faces are offering possibilities, and not much is climbed beside Shishapangma. And we thought if we climb something serious already in the beginning, it's also great for our mindset and motivation to keep pushing it. And unfortunately, it turned out being totally different than expected. We kind of didn't understand the situation with the weather. It was so unstable, and surprisingly here and there a storm rolled in, even though we had a good weather forecast.
Yeah, as good as it can be in such places. It's always so unpredictable that it's impossible to say if from one storm or from just the build-up of clouds it will fall nothing or 10 or 15 centimeters. And when you have such a big slope, such a big faces, 10 centimeters, when all this collects, it can already be a huge amount of snow. So that was, in our case, the case.
So you set your camp up, you thought you were safe, you thought you were in a position where there was no objective danger, but then it all changed.
So the fact was that we planned to climb to the summit next day and then go down, and the evening was clear, there was nothing big forecasted. We were for sure on the place where when it snows a lot, you would know, okay, it's not the place where I should be. But you are many times on a place like this on a big mountain. But you always calculate or speculate. Okay, now it's not too much snow. I can do it. In our case, it was just like this, that in the night it snowed too much, and towards the morning it was actually not a big avalanche. If this would happen, we would not be sitting here anymore, but it was like a huge spin drift which somehow canalized directly where we had our tent, and it was like someone would open a snow shower directly above the tent, so we had enough time to escape out.
So you heard it coming and then you were out of there. So once you dug all your kit out, were you still in danger? Was the descent, the rappel line, still objectively tricky?
Yeah, the descent was definitely everything could have started coming down again. So it was, but we were on a rope now. Luka digged out the ropes, so we were able to rappel. That made everything way, way safer. So once we were on the rope, we felt like, wow, it's almost over. But we had quite a tough time afterwards. I wasn't able really to talk to Luka, and he wasn't really able to talk to me, and it was a really interesting situation. Like everyone kind of were busy with its own thinkings and emotions and feelings, and it's so scary when you see your partner suffering. Yeah, it was definitely mentally a crux.
At the end, I think even though we stayed and tried to continue on expedition, it was more or less clear that we are not in the right mindset anymore.
I would imagine that you've come out of this, although it was super hard at the time, you must have come out stronger now, both as a couple and as perhaps in your head, maybe, when you look back.
We didn't argue at all.
Yeah.
You didn't?
No, we didn't. We came back
home.
We went as a couple and we came home as a couple.
That's
so I'd say it was a successful trip.
Yeah, I'm well
with other
impressed by
circumstances.
that. No arguments is very impressive.
So what have you been up to since? Because I know you've been doing a lot of rock climbing since the Himalaya.
Yeah, as we said earlier, the mindset was not like, let's go on another expedition. The waiting game, the gamble, like the risk, everything was just, no, let's go rock climbing. That's what we love to do, both of us, and staying at home, spending time with my son Emmanuel, with our friends. We just opened a new route in our hometown, Berchtesgaden, and that was actually the goal of the summer, to come back in shape, which is always hard after an expedition. The legs are so tough, the fingers, they feel so weak.
We kind of started also a project that is connected with climbing but not directly climbing, because I think both of us, we like to be busy with something else as well, especially because what we do in climbing is somehow, nothing stays behind. There is a line you can show, or a few bolts or a few pitons somewhere, but there is nothing you can touch or whatever. So we bought 2 really old stone houses in Croatia, which we would like to turn into a place where people could stay, because it's a really cool climbing area.
Like a refuge for climbers.
Something like this, yeah.
So cool.
So it's a kind of it's connected to climbing, but something that is there in any conditions, in any weather.
Well guys, thank you for spending time with me today. I love hearing and reading about your adventures on the Arc'teryx Bird blog. That's super cool. And I need to finish this and then get some relationship advice off you, because no arguing after that. I need to learn how to do that.
Okay.
Thank you very much,
We'll
guys.
speak about
yeah,
it.
we'll have a chat. We'll have a chat. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. More interviews from the Pile d'Ors coming very soon to Climbing Daily, and of course all the episodes from this amazing gym in Germany. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.